Hi guys, welcome back. This is Chris, aka Big Will, and here in episode 15 we have some huge games. We're in the playoffs. We have been drawn against Barnsley. What I'm going to do, I'm going to run straight through the whole of the playoffs, and hopefully we will be able to secure ourselves a promotion. In the other game, in the playoffs, Sheffield United won 3-0 against Norwich in the first leg of theirs. So it could be possible if we get through against Barnsley, we could be playing Sheffield United once again, and hopefully we can get revenge based on what happened in that league game previously. So here we go. We're going to get straight into it here with this home game against Barnsley. Nicky Weaver has got a slight knock, but he will remain in goal. We've got Paul Robinson, Van Boynton, Michael Smith, Danny Mills at the back, Scott Parker and Jamie Pollock in midfield, with Antoine Sibierski playing wide left. It's a bit of a novelty position for him, but he is going to play there, with Murphy in behind court and Wright Phillips on that right hand side. We need a good start. It's absolutely imperative that we get a good start. Nicky Weaver, like I say, has got a slight knock, but he's so important to us. We have to play him really. Paul Robinson hasn't played a lot of first team football this season, and it is going to be key that he plays in this match. Whew, a lot to get through today. Hopefully, it is going to be some good news at the end of it. It's huge. If we win this home leg, we're in a really good position. But we've got to be on point for both of these games. And as we get underway, hopefully, we will really be able to push on in these matches. Calcourt, as you are aware, has been in fantastic form with them last couple of games of the season with 5 goals in 2. But it's Barnsley here who have the first potential opportunity, but the clearance has been poor and Jamie Pollock has got onto it here. Antoine Sibierski looking to move forward down this left-hand side. It's a bit of a novelty position for him. He's not played there at all for the most part this season, but he's managed to play it in. Chris Lucchetti gets it away, and Johnson has latched onto it on this right-hand side for Barnsley. Here comes Johnson, still in possession, but Daniel Van Boynton does superbly there and finds Nicky Weaver. He plays it back into Van Boynton, into Scott Parker now. It's a poor pass from Scott Parker, but Danny Murphy just managed to get to it in time. Paul Robinson now into Sibierski. Plays it into the centre for Jamie Pollock, who looks over the top, and it's Calcourt here. Calcourt takes it out wide, smashes it past the goalkeeper. It's 1-0. Really positive start here. I'm not taking anything for granted, though, after that Sheffield United game in the league last time out. But that is a really solid start for us. It's a massive goal for Calcourt once again. And at the business end of the season, he is proving to be such a key player for us. And Sean Goats has just not had a look in. He's been far too good to drop Calcourt. And with this 1 goal lead, we're looking very positive at the moment. Danny Murphy with the delivery into the penalty area. It's headed away. Sharon looks to get onto it, and he does. He's a little bit outmanoeuvred there, but he's still managed to find the pass out wide to Johnson. Barnsley looking to break still here. It's Johnson down this right hand side. He plays it in, and Sharon's got there. Mike Sharon scores. It's his 30th goal of the season. It's an equaliser for Barnsley, and it is 1-1. Very poor defensively from us, really. They just ran the length of the pitch there and managed to convert. It's the first chance that they've had all game as well so far. Paul Robinson now. Antoine Sibierski back to Robinson. This is Danny Murphy. Has support inside the penalty area. Finds Sean Wright Phillips, whose strike is blocked by the fullback. And it's cleared away, but only as far as Scott Parker, who manages to get there again. But here they come down this right hand side. Johnson beating Paul Robinson to it, but Paul Robinson manages to win possession. And Sibierski looks over the top for Calcourt. Eddie Howe, who's at centre back for them there, manages to get it clear. And he does so again. Sean Wright Phillips does well to win it. It's a little bit of a bundled ball in midfield there. We're not quite sure what's happening at the moment, but Barnsley come away with possession, and it's Minto looking down this left hand side. Danny Mills intercepts superbly, finds Sean Wright Phillips. Now Danny Murphy in the centre, back into Scott Parker. Michael Smith now just calming things down, holding on to the ball, looking for his options, and he finds it superbly down this right hand side with Sean Wright Phillips, who looks to cut inside the penalty area, and Wright Phillips scores. It's 2-1. Really good goal once again from our point of view. Well worked down this right hand side, and Sean Wright Phillips, brilliant run from him and managing to convert at the end of it. He really is developing superbly at the moment. This is Minto with a throw down this left hand side. Larson now for Barnsley. I think the left hand side is going to be the side to target for sure, with Minto being on that yellow card. Mike Sharon into Georgiades. He passes Smith, and it's 2-2. And with all the highlights, they've had two chances, Barnsley, and scored them both. It's a little bit concerning, to be quite honest, defensively. And going forward, we've been outstanding, but defensively, we have been very, very poor. This is Daniel Van Boyten now, looking over the top. Harper manages to get there, but Sibierski finds Danny Murphy, and it's Cal Court now. Cal Court has scored. It's 3-2, and we're back ahead again. What a to and fro game this is proving to be. Lee Harper couldn't keep it out. It's 3-2. Can we finally build on our advantage? Like I say, they've had two attempts and scored them both, Barnsley, which is the concern really, and I think playing Nicky Weaver with a knock is proving to be a bit of a risk, and I'm not entirely sure whether it's paying off at the moment. But Pollock plays it over the top, and Calcourt could be in behind here. He's not got a lot of support, but he manages to play it into the centre, and Sean Wright Phillips makes it 4-2. Really good play from Calcourt. He didn't have hardly anybody to aim at, but he's found Sean Wright Phillips, and what a game between the two of them. 2 goals apiece for Calcourt and Sean Wright Phillips. And at this point with Sean Wright Phillips as well, he's not had the best of seasons, but he's certainly doing it here at the business end in this playoff semi-final first leg. Here's Sharon now. He's gone. I'm not entirely sure if that was a shot or whether he was just clearing it away, but it remains 4-2, and Van Boyten comes away with the ball for City. Now Jamie Pollock looks over the top, and Calcourt's in behind for the hat-trick in the first half. Calcourt, what a clearance off the line by Reeves. He keeps Barnsley in it there. And Sibierski with a poor pass, and Paul Robinson can't get onto it, and it's Johnson looking over the top, but Van Boyten easily clears. Huge opportunity there for a hat-trick for Calcourt in the first half. Well, half-time, 4-2, certainly an eventful game, that is for sure, but we've been by far the better side, even though we've conceded those 2 goals. I'm going to say to the team, we are doing brilliantly, and we've just got to keep going, but defensively we've got to be better than we are. And hopefully in the second half we will be a little bit tighter, but who knows what will happen after that Sheffield United game in the league. Johnson with the delivery from the set piece, headed away by Sibierski. Georgiadis here with the strike, and it's just over the bar. I thought that was flying in for a moment there, but it remains 4-2. And as you can see, possession-wise, we're holding the majority, and in terms of XG, we're dominating the game as well. We're still creating chances. We've got Danny Mills now on this right-hand side with the throw. Into Danny Murphy, back to Danny Mills, looking over the top for Wright Phillips. It's cleared by Eddie Howe. This is Michael Smith. Scott Parker shoots from distance, and he's hit the crossbar. And Sibierski couldn't quite get onto it. Paul Robinson manages to keep it in. And it's, well, perhaps he didn't. It's actually a throw in here. And he plays it to Scott Parker. And he manages to hold on to possession. Has Paul Robinson in support. The left back plays it into Sibierski. And Danny Murphy's in. Calcourt's in. It's 5-2. It's a hat-trick once again for Calcourt. What an unbelievable performance it's been from him. It's a second perfect hat-trick of the season for him as well. And hopefully with this advantage that we're creating in this first leg, we'll be able to compound the misery in the second leg and continue into the final. But here comes Mike Sherrod, and Larsson's completely free on this left-hand side. Danny Mills with poor defending, but he manages to just get a block on it in time, and Weaver makes the claim. So it remains 5-2, but Barnard now with the delivery from the set piece, it's cleared away. Georgiadis now for Barnsley. Still Georgiadis, he cuts into the penalty area and it's over the bar. Barnsley just growing into the game, and this is what happened in the Sheffield United League game. At the end of the game, they were by far the better side, and it proved to be our downfall, and we lost the match. We've got to be tighter here. Here's Van Boyten now. Scott Parker has support ahead of him. Finds Jamie Pollock. Sean Wright Phillips now. Looks over the top. Calcourt could be in again. Surely not. It is. It's 6-2. 4 goals for Calcourt. What an excellent game he's having in this first leg. And hopefully with a 4-goal advantage here, we can secure passage just from this game. Hopefully the second leg won't be quite as stressful. Paul Robinson now to Scott Parker. Surely we're not going to get number 7. Van Boyten over the top. Calcourt wins the header. Into Danny Murphy. Jamie Pollock. What a strike! Jamie Pollock from distance. It's only his 3rd of the season. An unbelievable goal there from 30 yards out. It's 7-2. And we certainly not allowing any chances for this second leg to be a collapse here. What a performance. Unbelievable stuff. What a goal that was from Jamie Pollock. 7-2. And it's Lee Harper with the clearance here. Looking for Sharon, he couldn't find him, but this is Barnard. Looking over the top for Sharon, Daniel Van Boyten mops it up superbly. Paul Robinson makes the clearance, only as far as Baker. Sibierski intercepts, can he keep on to it? Yes he can, finds Paul Robinson. Into Van Boyten now. Van Boyten into Scott Parker. Jamie Pollock looks over the top. It's Kyle Court. He's in behind again and he strikes, but it's a comfortable save this time from Lee Harper, who, with conceding 7 goals, he's not at the best of games, obviously. Here's Van der Laan into Barnard. Georgiadis now. Are they going to get a third here? It's Sharon with the header and it's just wide of the post. And it's 7-2 as it stands. And as we come toward the end of the game, Danny Mills looking for Danny Murphy. He can't find him. This is Barnard now. Into Baker. Still Baker. Van der Laan. Into Roberts. Georgiadis smashes it in. I don't think he was offside either. It's 7-3. Here's Paul Robinson. Danny Murphy. Daniel Van Boyten. Paul Robinson again. Looking wide left and Baker can't make the interception. Sibierski latches onto it. And Baker's brought him down. It's a yellow card. And here near the end of the game, we've actually got a set piece. Surely we're not going to score an 8th here. It's Danny Murphy with the delivery. In it comes toward the far post. It's headed away. This is Jamie Pollock now. Cleared by Barnard. And here he comes forward down that left-hand side. All we have to do is block them away. And we have. And there it is. It has finished here. Oh, I've just realised the Georgiadis goal has actually been disallowed. It's finished 7-2. What a performance from the boys in blue there. That is absolutely outstanding. Let's give them more of the same next time, definitely. 7-2. I mean, it's a 5-goal advantage. We don't need to do a lot in this second leg, really. But we have to be on point. What a performance that was. Yeah, Cal Court, worshipped by fans. I'm not surprised. He was absolutely outstanding. He was unplayable in that game. Right, we'll come back in a second for this second leg and then we'll see what happens from there. Okay guys, here we go for the second leg. So the second leg of the Norwich and Sheffield United game is actually the day after ours this time. And we are going to make a couple of changes to the side just to rotate it a little bit ready just in case we do get any knocks. So Sibierski's coming into the playmaker role here. Danny Murphy's in the centre with Pollock. Craig Russell's going to come in for a very rare appearance. And looking toward next season, we are going to have to offload a few players, I think, because some of the players just aren't playing enough games. So it's an opportunity, this match, for players such as Craig Russell to really show me that he's not just going to be a squad player. He's really got to perform well today, because he's not been, by any stretch of the imagination, he's not been a key player at all this season, so I think he will be potentially a player to leave. But here we go for this second leg. We actually broke gate receipt record for the club in the first leg of that semi-final, which was a fantastic achievement as well. So clearly, with the full stadium, it clearly inspired the players to be a lot more attack-minded and really push on to score plenty of goals in that opening leg. But we don't really need to do a lot in this second leg. We've just got to make sure that we stay reasonably solid and not concede too many goals, of course. And an opportunity there from a set piece for Barnsley. It didn't amount to much, and it remains 0-0 here in this second leg. So as you can see, it's been quite a quiet first half in comparison to that first leg, which was absolutely mental, to be quite honest. I can't believe we scored 7 goals in that first leg. It was an unbelievable performance. But again, for this second leg, we've just got to remain solid and just not do anything stupid, to be honest. It's the hard work was done in that first leg, so I'm very pleased to be able to just allow the players to play the game in this second leg, and just if we win, great stuff. It can continue the form that we have been in. And Paul Robinson looks over the top here for Craig Russell. What an opportunity for him, and he's put it over. He tried to lob the goalkeeper. Good opportunity for Craig Russell there, but he's put it over. Well, bit of a nothing first half, as we suspected it could have been, and it remains 0-0. All we have to do is continue doing what we're doing. We don't have to do anything special, like I say, in this game, and then we will obviously come back for that playoff final against Sheffield United or Norwich. I'm guessing it could be Sheffield United. In terms of the league, we actually, obviously, of course, we lost to Sheffield United in that last game of the season, but we lost both games in the league against Norwich. So that would also be a really tough game for us. So regardless, we've got to be on point for that match. I mean, promotion's at stake anyway, so it goes without saying. And there's an opportunity here, and Calcourt scores. It's 8-2 on aggregate. Brilliant delivery from Danny Mills, and Calcourt's form continues. And with half an hour left, the tie is over, which is fantastic for us. And we can just focus on seeing the game out now. Danny Mills is going to come off. We're going to bring Rory Delap on. I think, to be quite honest, given the nature of the tie, we're going to take Calcourt off and bring Roberto Mancini on up front. Damien Francis is going to come on for Danny Murphy again. We don't need to risk him. And we're going to bring Darren Pearce on, I think, as well. We'll take Paul Robinson off. He's on a yellow card, so we don't need to risk him either for the most part. And for the last change, I think I'll leave it just in case we do get an injury toward the end of the game. But the fact that Calcourt's done what he's done, I'm quite happy to take him off now. We need him for that final, so it's going to be extremely important that he stays fit. Bernard with the delivery, and Eddie Howe's completely free there at the far post. We need to be tighter than that when it comes to the playoff final for sure. Daniel Van Boyten is looking tired now as well, so Jody Craddock can come on for him at centre back. And for the last 10 minutes, that should pretty much see the game out. Really happy with the way that we've controlled the game, to be fair. They've had one shot on target. They've not particularly looked like scoring, as you can tell by the highlight package of this game. It's been very small considering the circumstances. And a very comfortable game, a 1-0 win. We didn't have to play particularly brilliantly, but we finished the job. Job is done, and now we have to wait and see who we play in that final. So what I'll do, I will just move things along a little bit off camera, and then we will come back for the playoff final. Right guys, here we go. As you can see, Sheffield United, the team that got through to the final. Can we get revenge for that last league game of the season? I really hope so. We've worked so hard this season, and it's going to be a tough game regardless for this away game at Wembley. 88,000 tickets have sold for this playoff final. It's a huge match. Can we get up to the Premier League? Nicky Weaver in goal, Paul Robinson, Jody Craddock, Daniel Van Boyten, and Rory Delap at the back, Scott Parker, Jamie Pollock in midfield, Danny Murphy's in behind Calcourt with Wayne Bridge and Sean Wright-Phillips either side of him. Let's go, let's have this, boys. We need to get into the Premier League. A little bit of sad news before we do start the match. Roberto Mancini, who only signed for us for practically half a season, has decided to retire at the end of the season. Whether he'll come on or not today, I'm not sure, but we will see what happens. I'm really hoping we can do okay here. Eric Nevland starting up front, he was the one that destroyed us last time out. It's a huge, huge game, but can we do it? We're going to get the boys to try and get revenge on what happened in that league game. And off we go in this playoff final against Sheffield United. Can we get off to a good start? Sheffield United straight away creating the early opportunity, but we are holding on to the majority of the ball. Scott Parker has already picked up a knock, which is a little bit of a concern. But he wants to play through it, which is a testament to him. Eric Nevland looking to get onto this, and he's beaten Pollock in the air. It's Eric Nevland. It's 1-0 to Sheffield United. He scored a hat-trick against us in the league game, of course, and he's put them ahead here in this playoff final. They are dominating the chances, and we're not looking good at the moment. We're not creating anything. We're going to demand more straight away. This isn't good enough. Considering the way we played towards the end of the season, this is not good enough at all. We're not even looking like we're creating a chance at the moment. They actually won their second leg against Norwich by 3 goals to 2 as well, so they are also in good form for this game. And we're not looking good at all. They are having more possession, they're having more chances. We've not had a single highlight in our favour so far. And it's not looking promising, to be quite honest. The lack of highlights is an extreme concern as well. I mean, we're not even remotely looking good here. They've got that one goal, and at the moment, we are not doing anything in this game. I hope that the season's not going to finish like this. We've worked so hard to get to this point, and we're just not creating anything. We're going to demand more again, and hopefully we can create something. Here's Danny Higginbottom. Rory Delap wins possession into Daniel Van Boyton. Nicky Weaver looks to clear long. Hopefully Calcourt can win his header, and he does. It's Danny Murphy here. Sean Wright-Phillips plays it in. Wayne Bridge in the penalty area. He's put it wide. There was offside given just after, but that is the only chance that we've seen from our point of view. And it remains 1-0 here from that early goal for Sheffield United. We're going to have to make some form of change here. Oh man, what on earth? All of the players are playing badly as well. What a game to not be playing well. I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go 2 up front. There's no other alternative really. Oh, what to do? I mean, Danny Murphy can actually play up front, and he has scored a few goals for us, but I think it's going to be better if we drop him into midfield for Scott Parker, switch him and Pollock round. We're going to take Wayne Bridge off, put Jason Kumas on, I think, and we'll put Sean Wright-Phillips up front, I think, and put Calcourt as the deep lying forward. Drop Scott Parker back there. And not really sure what else I can do here. I think Pollock is going to have to go there. Mancini, we're going to bring him on. I think it's going to be a risk this, but Mancini is going to come on, and we're going to bring him in behind Calcourt and Sean Wright-Phillips. All we can do is hope for the best here, I think. And I mean, Sean Wright-Phillips hasn't played well either. We're going to bring Sean Goater on. He's not played a lot of games recently, Sean Goater, but that is what we're going to do. And we're going to fire the boys up, and hopefully we can create just something going forward. We've actually created more chances than Sheffield United now, but we've just had nothing going forward at all. We've looked so poor in this final, and after such a tough season, it looks like it's just going to finish with nothing. And I'm so disappointed. But there is a highlight here. Joby McAnuff with the delivery to the far post. It's well saved by Nicky Weaver. But here at Wembley, we've absolutely bottled it here after a phenomenal semi-final. Is there a last chance for us here? Danny Murphy with the delivery to the far post. Calcourt's header. Oh, he's put it over. That was the one chance, and our season's going to finish in disappointment. And typically, it's the one game where everyone was poor. No one played well. And after such a long season, it's finished with nothing. Oh, I mean, it's so disappointing. We worked so hard this campaign. We've certainly got work to do in the transfer window, largely for offloading players, but I am so disappointed that we've not been able to get promoted here. I think that's the hardest thing. Getting into the playoffs was the target. getting promotion would have been a huge bonus, and I've got to remember that the playoffs was the target, but to be doing so well to get to this point, for it to end in disappointment, it's such a shame. And unfortunately, the season has finished in disappointment. We'll have to go again next season in the first division here. We've got a good squad. Like I say, we'll have to offload one or two of the fringe players, I think. And we've certainly got a few bits and pieces that we need to sort out. We have got an increased wage budget for next season and £44 million to spend, which is absolutely fantastic, really. The board are still backing me, which is good. And I did get offered a 3-year contract earlier in the save as well. So we are here long term. And as you can see, Kevin Davis is going to join the club on the 9th of June, as well as a couple of youngsters from Manchester United. So for the end of season review, if it loads up properly, here we go. Signing of the season, of course, Kyle Court. I mean, 26 goals in 22 games. Absolutely outstanding from him. As you can see from the average rating, for all season, all of our new signings have played really well. Give or take a few down the bottom there, but we've done superbly with our recruitment, and we're just going to have to fill the holes a little bit, I think, and go from there. In terms of loaned out players, Peter Crouch did really well, getting 7 goals and 2 assists in 13 games at Rochdale as well. Well, the board were happy that we reached the playoffs, and in terms of the FA Cup, they were okay about the fact that, yes, we lost in the third round. They were really happy with our Coca-Cola Cup escapades. We lost to Manchester United, of course. In terms of our moments to remember for the season, that huge win in the playoff semi-final against Barnsley for 7-2. The match to remember for the season was a 3-1 win away at QPR, and the goal of the season has been given to Jamie Pollock, which doesn't surprise me at all for that unbelievable 30-odd yard strike in that last game. Sponsorship has remained the same. We've made more broadcast revenue, which was largely because we got to the playoff final, of course. We've made more money in terms of corporate and hospitality. Competition prize money has gone down from last season. But in terms of matchday commercial and retail, we have gone up. But of course, that could also be to do with the fact that we made it to Wembley. So as you can see, team of the season, well, Neil Heaney and Damien Francis are in there, which is a little bit of a surprise. Because towards the end of the season, I mean, Damien Francis has been a substitute player for the most part. But Neil Heaney's not played for quite a while on that left-hand side. But the rest of the team looks pretty much correct for the most part. So fans player of the season, Sean Wright Phillips. Young player of the season was Kyle Court. Signing of the season, obviously Kyle Court, and goal of the season, Jamie Pollock. Top scorer, Kyle Court. Most assists was Sean Wright Phillips with 13 in the end. Player of the match awards, Danny Murphy bagged 5. He got the highest match rating. Most passes completed per 90 minutes was Jody Craddock at centre-back. Highest transfer fee paid was £6 million for Michael Carrick and Wayne Bridge. Worst discipline, of course, Jamie Pollock. These are the record breakers, of course. Nicky Weaver with 25 clean sheets over the course of the season. And most goals by player in a match, Kyle Court with 4, which obviously came in that playoff semi-final. Well, in the end, it was a tough season and it's ended with nothing. But we've done okay, we've played well. And from there, we'll join in next season after pre-season for the first couple of league games. And we'll go through some transfers as and when we sort anything out. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. It was a disappointing end to the season, but we'll go again next year and hopefully we can secure passage to the Premier League. Like and subscribe to the channel if you feel free to. And this is Big Will signing away.